To the pass. What if I told you this car is a financial mistake I do not regret? Yeah, sounds silly, right? Financial mistakes are mostly not good. Like the BMW E36 is a car that's mostly unreliable, apart from the engine and transmission. Other than that, most E36s are like rusty as hell. They are not running quite well. They like they should be running. These cars are getting quite old at this point in time. This is a 1997 320i, a 6-cylinder engine, which sounds quite nice. I do not like the 4-cylinder engine, to be honest, because yeah, 6-cylinder inline is much greater than this 4-cylinder sounds. Yeah, let's go. Nice. The power is quite predictable. It's fun to drive, it's fun to floor it because it has not much horsepower. It has 150 horsepower. Or back then it had probably 135 in 2024 after 339,000 kilometers, almost 340,000. Mileage is quite high and we're getting some moody mists up there. The color of this car is called Technoviolet Metallic, which was introduced back in 1997 with the facelift models of the M3 E36s. I didn't like the color, to be honest, at the first sight, because it looked like, I don't know, I didn't feel it when I looked up the car. It appeared to be black on the photos, and then I saw it in person and I was like, what? This is actually violet. Right now I love it. I love the colorway. I love colorful cars. I don't like black, white and silver cars. We go to the mountain pass, the local mountain pass. Up there it's, woof, it's misty, man. Holy hell. It's quite cold outside, so I have to be careful with my tires. I still have summer tires on. And right now we're talking about my wheel set. I have original BBS RC90 on here. They are originally from the 5 Series. They are in a high polished way. Normally they are matte polish or like matte side rims. Why did I just buy a 320i? To be honest, the power of this car is quite enough. For me at least. Some might argue it's not enough horsepower to drive sideways, but it's illegal anyways. I'm not driving it sideways on public roads. You need some super shitty tires and wet roads to drive it sideways, but it's super fun to floor it. I'm now in 3rd gear, going up the mountain pass, shifting to 2nd gear, high rev, and out of the corner, and let's go. Let's go. And the next one. And I'm still not over the speed limit, which is quite crazy. So you can floor it up. Woo, we are up high right now. You can still floor it to the 2nd and 3rd gear, and yeah, drop a gear and disappear. And let's go with some negatives. Like I mentioned before, this car is not even close to being reliable, other than the engine and the transmission. Because all of them are rusty as hell, all of them have problems with their axles, with the rear axles, which is quite annoying. If you have to replace the entire rear axle, you know what I'm talking about. Most of them had to. They also drink a lot of engine oil, which is quite normal these days. It became a meme. A lot of BMW guys have to carry engine oil with them at all times. Which one do you want? Otherwise, we're running out of oil. It is what it is. Yeah, this car in particular is slow as hell. Slow as a snail, and even the M3s are not fast compared to today's standards, which is a bummer. On top of the mountain pass, and it's misty like crazy. Okay, gotta be careful up here. It's quite cold. It also likes to be at the gas stations quite often. 9 liters per 100 kilometers. It's quite a lot for a 2-liter engine. It's an old car. It's almost 30 years old. What is also annoying is the fact that almost every E36 has a hanging like headliner. It's annoying. I've never seen an E36 with the original headliners not hanging. This is, yeah, you can't do much about it. You can replace it. Like, what the hell are you doing? Sorry guys. Like, some people are really reckless on the roads, man. You gotta be careful out there. Let's wait for this car, for the Tesla to... and let's go. Always use your indicators, man. I know I'm a BMW guy, I shouldn't use them. Or I'm not allowed to use them. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm using my indicators. Another issue I want to talk about are the mirrors. That's my fault, because I changed them. I put them on from my other BMW E36 convertible I had. I did like the look of it, I still do. But what I don't like is the fact that they are super unusable. And that's also the case for the original M3 mirrors. You can't see shit in those, especially the other one on the passenger side. This is quite terrible, man. It's not something I would recommend modifying. Some people don't even like the look of it, but I do. Makes it a bit more like an M car. Because this car has originally the M package. It's not aftermarket, it's original, with the original stamps on it, and which is quite rare these days. Especially the front, because you can easily modify these cars and make it look like an M3, because there's not much differentiation between the M3 and the other normal non-M versions, which is quite sad. Gladly they changed it. The next generation E36 M3s, they are wider and more aggressive looking than these cars. Even the E30 looked way more like a proper race car. Let's go over some positives. This car is honestly a vibe to drive, man. I really like to drive this car. Like I mentioned before, you can floor it, you can have fun with it. It's rear-wheel drive. Some people argue it's not a good car in the winter. I would disagree with that. It is a good car in my opinion, especially if you put some heavy weights into the trunk, give it some weight on the wheels, and you don't have like thick tires on it. Like, use smaller tires in the winter, which is also recommended on every car. And it makes it very predictable. It's horsepower and you can like play with it. Don't do that on the public roads unless you have to in an emergency. And it's getting super dark, man. Holy hell. Brakes are not the best on these cars. But also what I do like, what I must have is the KW suspension. I modified the suspension on this car to a KW version 1, which is way enough for this car. But it's, in my opinion, mandatory. If you get a car like this, change the suspension. The stock one is like like an oil ship. It's like huge. It goes left and right like a boat, like a big ship. That's not fun to drive. So I put this KW suspension into it and it drives crazy good. KW, like we say in German, you did a great job. I like the classy look of the car. We don't get cars to look like this in 2024 anymore, which is just sad. I would argue that some people would buy this car brand new if it had new like internals. Like if it would be brand new, I think people would buy this car still in 2024. But yeah, regulations and shit, we don't get that. Motorsports history, like some car history, is getting lost with the new cars. This car has cruise control and we're talking 1997. I have a stick here and I can comfortably drive this on the Autobahn for an extended period of time. I like the exhaust. I modified the exhaust too. It's not stock exhaust. And please people, if you buy these cars, don't go too crazy, because most, especially the higher liter engines, like the 2.8 liters and the 2.5 liters, those are getting really like, they're sounding like a Red Bull can. Blow into Red Bull can too much and it doesn't sound good. In my opinion, the 2-liter engine sounds the best, and I heard that from other people's too. What's also cool is, maybe if you're an introvert you don't like that, some people recognize this car from back in the day when they were like younger. But even younger people, like yesterday when Danilo and I were filming, little boy I would say he's about 10 years old, drove past with his bicycle and screamed at us, "Oh, nice car!" Like, what? 10-year-old little guy that is growing up with all the new technology likes this car. It looks good, classy. Older people like it. Back in the day, 10 or 15 years ago, this car was like Dönerbuden Corvette. If you had Döner in Europe, you know what I'm talking about. It had a bad reputation because lots of people drove these cars like sideways, made some troubles on the roads. Now they grew up and bought newer cars, and now we are left with the enthusiasts like I am that love these cars. Even though it's a financial mistake, every time you turn the keys on, something breaks. If it doesn't break, it's actually fun to drive. It's super fun to drive. Right now I'm flooring it. And I can enjoy the acceleration for a longer period of time than a 500, 600, 1000 horsepower car. Because the more horsepower it has, the shorter the acceleration is. Because you're always pushing the limits of being in the legal zone. You're with one foot in the jail. 10 years I have my driver's license. Always come back to this car and I still love it. This car became me. Pascal is an E36. He brakes, but it's still running. Positives, if you have one, you are looking at prices that are go up in value and ridiculously go up. I know these are also a lot of dream prices. We'll never sell an E36 for, or like not right now, for 7K. If you look up this car on AutoScout, with these kilometers, about 5,000 without fresh MFK. It's ridiculous. It's crazy how much these cars are. What I also like about the car is the fact that this airbox is closed, but it still sounds amazing. Let's go up to the pass. Woo! The road isn't as good. It's bumpy, it's small, and it's like country road, back road of Switzerland. And these guys are driving like nuts sometimes. So you have to be very careful if you're ever coming to Switzerland and driving these back roads. Prepare yourself for some encounters you don't want to encounter. For example, cows passing the road, or like farmers with their machines coming against you. Prepare yourself to brake hard. And I think we have to end this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm very grateful. I appreciate all the support from you guys. It's crazy what you guys are giving me. I worked hard for the videos I produced. Having the 992 Porsche video blow up and getting some recognition was amazing to see it. Sometimes you're doubting yourself. Also thanks to the client that came all the way from another country to let me film their car with my crew, with my team. Gotta say thank you for that, and I catch you in the next one. Peace.
Pascal, where is he going, man? Where are you? What the fuck? Where are you? What the fuck?
Oh, thank goodness.
What the fuck?
Oh, thanks for opening the trunk, man. Oh, god damn it.
What the fuck, man?
I was just sitting here and enjoying the view, and and all of a sudden Thanks for helping me out, huh?
No worries, man.
Let's pack up and close this episode, huh?
Alright. Let's go.
Let's do the next episode then. I need some oil, man. That's why I'm making some noises. Alright. I'm glad we have some oil with us. Which one do you want? God. BMWs need some oil here and there. It is what it is. Lovely outtake, I would say. Classic BMW things, man. I love it. I think we're good.